First and foremost, I want to thank you guys so much for signing up for my free TikTok growth course. This course has a ton of stuff that you guys are never going to see on my YouTube channel, never see on Instagram, you'll never see on TikTok, and you'll never see any other TikTok guru talk about this stuff. So please make sure you guys go through the whole entire course. It was built to be very concise, to not have long modules that are 30 minutes long. In fact, the modules sometimes are 30 seconds long, a minute long, 2 minutes long. I want to cut out all the fluff that I have to put in my YouTube channel to get a ton of views on YouTube to make sure that this course you can do in less than 60 minutes. It's truly going to take you from a TikTok beginner to an expert in just 60 minutes. TikTok completely changed my life, and I want to help it change your life as well. So please make sure you guys take this stuff seriously, invest in yourself, invest time into this, because making a 30-second video can literally change your life. I've seen it happen to so many other creators. In fact, Devin Rodriguez Art, the most successful mentorship client that I've ever had, gained over 20 million followers. He started with this free course and then he got into the mentorship. Whether you're trying to grow a business, whether you're trying to become an influencer, whether you're just trying to get your word out there, get your voice out there, whatever you're passionate about, this course is going to help you do that. In addition to that, please make sure you shoot me a text message right here. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and DM me if you have any questions. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already. And if you like this, please share this with a friend. It is no fun going through the journey alone, trying to become an influencer, trying to grow your business. Make sure that your friends are in this course also, to hold them accountable and to help them grow on TikTok as well. Because between you having my personal phone number, my Instagram account, my YouTube channel with hundreds of videos about how to grow on TikTok, and this course, there's absolutely no excuse for you to not grow. The number one question I get asked is, Rob, what niche should I be in? Guys, you choose that. You choose that. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to anybody. Choose what niche you want to be in. And yes, you can change your niche later on TikTok. Just because you posted all dance videos doesn't mean you can't start to post comedy videos. Just because you did all finance videos doesn't mean you can't start to do crypto videos. That being said, when you change your niche, naturally, you're just not going to be as good at creating content in that new niche, which is why your views are going to be lower. It doesn't mean you're shadow banned. Doesn't mean the audience hates it. It simply means you need to get a little bit better at creating content like that. You guys are going to come to learn that if you look at TikTok objectively and focus on the analytics and focus on making it better and focus on the actual content that you're creating and not the story that you're telling yourself about how TikTok hates you, you're going to be way more successful at TikTok. That being said, choose a niche, choose whatever it is. It can be specific, it can be broad, it really doesn't matter. The only thing you need to know is what niche you're going to be posting in, because you can't find an audience on TikTok or create content for TikTok if you don't know what you're going to be posting about. That being said, you can be exploratory. You can post about dance sometimes, comedy sometimes, tweets sometimes, funny videos sometimes, and then you'll find what actually works. But please understand that one of those niches is going to work better than the others. If you're posting in 5 niches or 3 niches, one is going to work the best, and I'd recommend that you stick to that one unless you really don't care about how quickly you grow. But if you want to grow fast as hell on TikTok, you need to stick to one thing and post consistently in it and become the best person at creating content in that niche for your personality. Also, one other thing I do want to emphasize, you guys should not be comparing yourself to people in other niches. For example, people that make music on TikTok or people that make dance content, they're going to get a lot more views. That's fine. If you make finance content, you're going to get less views. If you make videos about how to grow on TikTok, you're going to get even less views. Why? Because there's not a huge audience for that content. So don't compare yourself to Charlie or to some huge creator that is not in your space. If you make real estate content, only compare yourself to other real estate creators. If you make crypto content, only compare yourself to other crypto people. If you make Minecraft content, only compare yourself to other Minecraft creators. You guys need to realize so many people are comparing themselves to other creators, and it is a huge downfall. If you are the number one person talking about real estate on TikTok, you are going to make tens of millions of dollars. The same thing with every other niche. If you are the number one person for your niche, it doesn't matter how small your niche is, you might only get 10,000 views, but if all 10,000 of those people have a ton of spending power or are the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, well then guess what? You're going to make a ton of money. It is not always about how many views you get, it's about who is actually viewing your videos. Yes, if your lighting sucks, well then guess what? You just drastically decrease the odds of you going viral. You either need to go outside, open up a window and face it, go in your bathroom, or invest in a ring light. First and foremost, we need to go over how often you should be posting and how many times you should be posting a day. So please, make sure you guys are waiting at least 30 to 45 minutes in between each post that you do. The reason being is because if you post something and it gets shown to somebody in your audience and you post immediately again afterwards, there is a lag period where TikTok will not show them that new piece of content. So you do want to make sure that you're waiting a long enough period of time, because what could happen is you could get a lot of views on one video and the other video tank, even though that video should have done really well. That being said, said, if you wait the 34 to 45 minutes, whenever you have a post do really well on TikTok, you need to immediately follow that up with a part 2, part 3, part whatever to that original video. I'll give you an example. If you made a video about Justin Bieber's latest song, and then you were gonna post another video, but it was gonna be something totally different, scratch the other video idea, put it in your drafts, and make sure you post about that Justin Bieber thing. Again, the reason being TikTok knows that there's an audience for that content, and they're going to push out that new video like crazy. So please make sure whenever a topic works, it could be, you know, that you posted something on Minecraft about a speed hack. Do a speed hack part 2, or about a new build. Do the new build part 2. This is how you find that momentum. This is how you create success on TikTok, by one, tapping into an audience, something that works, and then keep it doing that over and over and over again. This is really going to help you grow on TikTok. That being said, if you're smaller on TikTok, if you're under 500,000 followers, you should be posting as much as you can a day, ideally at least 3 times a day. I would say in an ideal range, 2 to 4 times a day. Yes, I know I just said ideally 3 times, but if you can only do 2, then you can only do 2. If you're doing editing videos, you're doing gaming videos, you're doing something where you don't think you could post that many times a day, you need to get more creative. Devon, although he doesn't post that much right now, when he first started posting, he was posting 2 to 3 times a day, and that is what made him blow up. You need to be able to do the same thing. I'm gonna be sharing with you hacks later on in this course about how you guys can cut down the amount of time that you're spending creating content. But the biggest thing that you need to take away from this is if you're under 500,000 followers, you need to post at least 2 to 4 times a day. And if you're over 500,000 followers, you could drop that back. Just make sure the quality's there, and then also making sure you're waiting long enough in between posting times. I get questions all the time. Rob, do hashtags matter? Do descriptions matter? Yes, they both matter. The reason being descriptions, you're gonna put keywords in your description that are also in your video. This is gonna make it really easy for TikTok to then figure out what audience they should be showing your content to. As far as hashtags, what I need you to do is gonna be incredibly simple. Go over to YouTube right now, type in TikTok hashtags. I'm sure my videos show up number 1. It'll keep you up to date on the latest and greatest hashtag strategies that you guys should be using on TikTok. In addition to that, your description, like I said, needs to have those keywords that you're gonna be doing. It should also be a reinforcement of your hook. So for example, if your hook is something along the lines of who's gonna win the game this weekend, the Chargers or the Patriots, that should be the exact description that you use on your video, and then add in the hashtags that I recommend in the hashtag strategy video that you're about to go look up. I get questions all the time. Rob, do hashtags matter? Do descriptions matter? Yes, they both matter. The reason being descriptions, you're gonna put keywords in your description that are also in your video. This is gonna make it really easy for TikTok to then figure out what audience they should be showing your content to. As far as hashtags, what I need you to do is gonna be incredibly simple. Go over to YouTube right now, type in TikTok hashtags. I'm sure my videos show up number 1. It'll keep you up to date on the latest and greatest hashtag strategies that you guys should be using on TikTok. In addition to that, your description, like I said, needs to have those keywords that you're gonna be doing. It should also be a reinforcement of your hook. So for example, if your hook is something along the lines of who's gonna win the game this weekend, the Chargers or the Patriots, that should be the exact description that you use on your video, and then add in the hashtags that I recommend in the hashtag strategy video that you're about to go look up. Next up, using text and videos. Yes, using text and videos works. Again, the same thing with the keywords in your description. There need to be keywords in your videos. You should have text on the screen to make a hook. You should have text on the screen to incentivize engagement, to have a call to action at the end. And you should be narrating the video or getting people to wait for it or do something along those lines. Continue to hook them in with text on the screen. That being said, the biggest mistake that I see people making when it comes to putting text on the screen is there is not enough contrast between the color of what's going on in the video and the color of the text on the screen. So for example, if you have a white background, don't put white text. You want it to be something where there's a lot of contrast. Otherwise, nobody's gonna see that text and they're just gonna swipe away. In addition to that, you need to make sure that your text is not covered by the top of the screen, the sides of the screen, the description on the screen, or the follow, like, comment, and share button that are on the right-hand side of the screen. Please, if you do those things, people are just gonna swipe away. They're gonna say this video was formatted horribly. They're gonna swipe away. So make sure you take the extra 10 seconds to see whether or not you formatted your video correctly. Now, you don't need to be a transition king, but you do need to know 2 to 3 transitions that you can use in your post. They help with storytelling, they help to make thumb-stopping content that somebody stops and watches, and also they help to keep people engaged. Personally, the only transition that I really use is pointing at my feet and then going up really quickly, either to my face with the front-facing camera or to the mirror. Honestly, I don't think your transition needs to be that advanced. It could be as simple as the one that I use. I would recommend that you watch a ton of YouTube videos about how to do these transitions. And like I said, it's definitely not a requirement to know the advanced ones or to know a ton of them at all. You just need a couple to be able to keep people engaged. When it comes to using sounds on TikTok, this is literally one of the most important things that you can do, but please make sure you're only using sounds that have 50,000 to 500,000 videos made to them, or that have over 1 million videos made to them. If you use sounds less than 50,000 videos made to them, odds are those sounds aren't gonna trend and you are just not gonna get any traction from it. If you're using ones from 500K to 1 million, odds are those videos might have stopped trending, which means that you are going to see a huge drop off in the amount of views that you're getting because you're signaling to TikTok that you're using a sound that is no longer trending. So please stick to those 2 types of sounds that I just mentioned. In addition to that, the easiest way to find out what sounds you should be using in your account, in your niche, is by looking at the top creators in your niche, seeing what sounds they're using, and then beginning to use those sounds in your videos. Don't worry, you can literally use the same sound over and over and over again. Charlie and Addison Rae literally renegaded their way to millions of followers on TikTok. When it comes to finding niche specific trends on TikTok, here's what you need to do. It doesn't matter what kind of niche you're in, you literally need to go to TikTok, type up a subject for a video. For example, Minecraft. You're gonna see a ton of different ideas come up. If I just type in Minecraft, what comes up is Minecraft build ideas, Minecraft hacks and tricks, Minecraft survival, Minecraft memes, etc, etc, etc. You guys can type in other things like Minecraft clips, and you're gonna get a new list of things. What you guys wanna do is look at those search results, then go under those, see what videos are created under there. If you filter by going to the top right-hand corner, clicking the 2 lines with the circles, and then do for this month and most liked, it is going to share with you the most liked videos in that niche. You guys need to make sure that you guys are creating videos like this, using the same length of these videos, using the same sounds as these videos, and creating videos with the same hooks as these videos. In addition to that, make sure you like on all of these videos, follow all of those creators, and go look at those creators' accounts and see what other content they created that you guys can also mix into your content. Also, this is going to change your For You page so you're only seeing things that are trending in your niche, and it's going to make it way easier for you to have way more content ideas on TikTok. If you're spending more than 30 to 40 minutes a day creating TikTok content and you're not using something like Adobe Premiere Pro to edit your content, you're doing something terribly, terribly wrong. You guys need to be batch creating content, you guys need to be reposting, and you need to know exactly what you're gonna post before you start doing it. The easiest way to do this is to literally go through on TikTok, like videos that you're gonna end up creating, and then if you just go to your page when it's time to create, if you go to your profile and then click the middle button, it's a heart with like a little cross through it. This will show you all the videos that you liked on your account. This is the easiest way for you then to know exactly what you need to create so that you're not spending hours every single day looking for content, creating content on TikTok. You should batch your content as much as you can, save it as a draft, never save it as a private video, save it as a draft, and then just upload it when it's time for you to upload. Also, make sure you're taking advantage of reposting your TikToks. It's one of the biggest hacks that you can do to gain a ton of followers and do almost no work. When it comes to finding the broad trends on TikTok, it's incredibly simple. Just go to the Discover page, look at the hashtags there, look at the sounds there, click into them, see the videos that are being created, and those are the broad trends on TikTok. The same thing applies as with the niche specific trends. You guys should be recreating these, making these better, duetting these videos, stitching the videos, and please make sure you're paying attention to how long the video is, what the hook is that's being used, what sound is being used, and all the other qualities that go into making that video successful. TikTok just released 5 major algorithm updates, and if you don't adapt to these things, it's going to destroy the views that you're getting in December of 2024. And the reason for that is simply because TikTok is trying to push different things as we go into the new year. And taking advantage of this is going to allow you to not only blow up your account, but also be able to monetize your TikTok, because it's the easiest time ever for you to be able to do that. In fact, I just helped this creator get over 200,000 followers and make a full-time living from TikTok. And I helped this creator do the same thing, except they get over 300,000 followers. And you're going to be able to do this also so long as you implement everything I share with you in this video. Change number 1 is you need to start paying way closer attention to what is actually showing on the screen in the beginning of your videos, because if you're not paying attention to this, you're ignoring one of the biggest factors when it comes to the TikTok algorithm. Because as we move into this age of AI, it's going to be incredibly important what you actually have showing on the beginning of the screen, because TikTok wants to know that they're actually showing people what they're going to be interested in. For example, if you mention Mountain Valley Water in the beginning of your video, you better be showing Mountain Valley Water. If you mention the iPhone, you better have an Apple logo up there, or the iPhone. Or if you mention a Ferrari or a Porsche, there needs to be that thing there or that logo there. To show you a perfect example of this, we look at this video right here. So obviously this isn't coming from Conor McGregor, but what did they do? They put hashtag Conor McGregor up here, and then finally he is showing, and this is the first clip. If it was just somebody with their face saying, I'm gonna show you the top 5 Conor McGregor quotes, guess what? They wouldn't have gotten reach, but since Conor was showing, that's why this video actually got tricked into being pushed out by the TikTok algorithm, even though it wasn't Conor McGregor. The second thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is you should never be uploading a piece of content unless you've checked one of these 3 areas and proven to yourself that it is a very good piece of content for you to actually create.
The first place that you can check is you can actually come onto TikTok now and do searches. For example, I'm going to do a search for Dogecoin if I was in the crypto niche. Now, this might not apply to your niche, but this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that something exactly like this shows up. 1.9 million views, 2 million views, 100,000 views, 500,000, 360,000, 18,000. But even more important, this was posted just a week ago. Just a week ago, just a week ago, 3 days ago, 1 day ago, 4 days ago. If these videos were all posted a month ago, a year ago, 2 months ago, 3 years ago, or even a few weeks ago, I would avoid creating this piece of content, because then what that shows is that TikTok isn't actually pushing that piece of content right now. But this isn't the only place that you could check, because there are actually several. The next place you could check is coming into TikTok Studio. You want to scroll down, you want to come down to Creator Inspirations. If you click View All here, this is going to show you content that your audience is interacting with. For example, if I come under Recommended, it's going to show similar posts to mine. If I come under followers viewed, it's going to show posts that my followers have viewed. And remember, you only want to recreate videos that have a lot of likes under here. Under here, it'll show what my followers are actually searching for and then similar creators. If you didn't find the idea that you're coming up with in here and then double cross-check it with step number 1, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. Now, the next thing that you could do is if you come into TikTok right here and type in creator and then search insights, you are going to see a similar tool. For example, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to type in Dogecoin right here. So I'm going to type in Dogecoin. And what we want to see is we want to see that this is going up in searches. Now, the next thing you do, instead of just coming into the Creator Insights and doing a search, you want to find searches by your followers and you want to find content gaps, because content gaps are going to be things people are searching for but not finding good content for. For example, if we click on this actually wouldn't be a good video to do. Why? Because this video peaked 2 days ago and now it's about a third of the reach. So we want to ignore that actually. Best gift for wife, again, we might want to ignore that. If we come into feeling mentally drained, this one is actually increasing from the last 2 days. So it's going up again. And if we scroll down, we'll see related videos and we'll find ones that could do really well. And then there are going to be more topics based on this. Now remember, you cannot just look at something, see that it was in the Creator Search Insights tool and think it's a good idea. You need to be checking that graph and you need to make sure that that graph is increasing today, aka the day that you are going to post that piece of content, because if not, it could just be showing there and a bunch of other people already took advantage of it, and that's why it's decreasing in popularity now. And as a bonus, if you want to see what is trending broadly on TikTok, all you have to do now is come to a desktop, and they literally just created this. In fact, I just saw this a second ago for the first time. Click on Explore, and now you are going to see Trending Today. It is going to show you all the topics that are trending like crazy today. And I cannot emphasize this enough. If you are not getting your content ideas from those 3 places and double checking them to make sure it's something TikTok is pushing out today when you're going to create the piece of content, it's going to be one of the reasons that you're failing to grow on TikTok. Or you might not be creating carousel posts. In fact, in just a second, I'm going to share with you a few different secrets you could use on carousel posts to 1, spend less time creating content, and 2, create way better content. But first, I need to make sure that the hashtags that you're using and the descriptions that you're writing are going to match up perfectly to the keywords that you are using when you post something on TikTok. And lucky for you, today's video sponsor Metricool makes this incredibly easy. They make it really easy for you to be able to search hashtags and figure out what the best ones are depending on what you're posting. And they have a feature with their AI description generator where you can literally tell it exactly what kind of description you want to make, if you want it to be short, what kind of mood you want it to be in, and boom, they're going to go ahead and actually create a description for you. And then in return, it's going to make it way easier for the TikTok algorithm to know exactly who to show your content to so you get the right metrics, and boom, you end up getting more reach with this current TikTok algorithm. And you can get started with Metricool today for free. In fact, if you go to the pinned comment below, you could get 30 days free access to any of their premium plans with code Robert. And the value with Metricool doesn't stop there, because with Metricool's new Canva integration, they make it incredibly easy for you to be able to schedule out carousel posts and to create posts straight from the Metricool app. Because even with Metricool's free Canva integration, you could transfer designs straight from Canva directly into Metricool's planner and use them to create carousel posts. So what are you waiting for? If you want to grow fast, you want to get more views and ultimately be able to monetize your TikTok, I'd strongly suggest you go to the pinned comment below and sign up for 30 days free access to any of Metricool's premium plans with code Robert. Okay, so when it comes to going viral with a photo post or a carousel post on TikTok, here's what you want to be focused on. The first thing that you could do is do a meme like what this creator did right here. You literally just create a meme, and it's a meme that you found on Instagram, and then share it to TikTok as a photo, because TikTok is now merging with Lemon8, another company that they owned, which was only photo based, which kind of proves that TikTok plans to push out these posts for a long period of time. So you can share a single photo like this. It needs to be something that gets a lot of engagement, or you can do what Mandy did right here. So here's what she did. Let's stop this thing from moving around. If you ask me why I want to be an aesthetic nurse, so what does this do? It captures somebody's hook. It has text on the screen, and that same thing shows up in her description and also in her hashtags, like I shared with you earlier. She's also using a trending sound on here. So it has this, and then it goes through and it tells a story. Now guess what? When it gets to the end, boom, it has the most text on it. Now, what is this going to do? One, it gets people to get all the way through to the end. The maximum amount of posts that I would put on one of these carousels is going to be 4. And then ideally, you should just be telling a story throughout, and the last slide should have the most text on it, because if somebody reads that, it increases the amount of time that they spent on the carousel and increase the odds TikTok actually pushes this out. And again, you could do this really easily. You can even schedule these out with Metricool. So what I would recommend you do is do posts on TikTok. Whatever posts do well in a video format, make the carousel or photo version of them. Now, the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is using the right number of hashtags. I shared with you earlier that Metricool makes it really easy to figure out what hashtags to use, but how many should you use? Well, there are a few different strategies that you should stick with. The first one is going to be 3 hashtags, 2 niche specific, 1 broad. The second is going to be 6 hashtags, 2 broad, 4 niche specific. The third, 10 hashtags, 3 broad, 7 niche specific, and then finally 3 niche specific hashtags. Now, that last strategy works best for most creators, but I would strongly suggest that you test all 4 of them for the next few days and figure out which one works best for you, because it is different depending on your niche and account size. But remember, you should only be putting hashtags at the end of your description. You should only be using the largest and most relevant hashtags, and please do not make the mistake of using hashtags that are irrelevant to whatever you're posting about, because then TikTok is going to share your content to irrelevant people, and then guess what happens? You don't get the engagement metrics that you need, and boom, TikTok stops pushing out your content. Which brings me to the final and most important thing that you need to make sure that you're doing if you want to grow fast on TikTok right now, and that is that you need to be getting the right engagement metrics. There are 2 ways for you to be able to do this. One, you can get the right audience retention metrics, or you could get enough metrics to actually overload that. So the first thing is you need to be focused on getting a 50 to 100% completion rate. The shorter the video, the higher that needs to be. On top of that, you need to make sure that 75 to 85% of people are watching the video. The way that you're going to get this to happen is one of 2 things. Either 1, the hook of your video is going to be really good and it's going to hypnotize somebody in, or 2, you're going to be posting about a topic that a ton of people are interested in right now. Now, if you don't get either of those 2 things to happen, there is one other way that you could go viral, and that is by making sure you get more than a 20% like ratio, or a 10% comment ratio, or a 5% share ratio, or more than 20% of people rewatch your video. If you could get any of those things to happen, your content could also go viral on TikTok. Now remember, it is easier to grow on TikTok. It is easier to get views, followers, and get monetized on TikTok right now than it ever has been before. And this opportunity is not going to last forever. I know you missed out on Bitcoin. You might have missed out on TikTok years ago, but don't worry, because now is the best time ever to grow on TikTok and monetize your TikTok. So please do not miss out on this. If you want to work with me one-on-one to guarantee I can help you grow quicker on TikTok, the same way that I helped this creator gain over 200,000 followers, this creator over 300, this creator over 500,000, well, please keep watching this video, because I've got a special offer for you. The opportunity to grow on TikTok and this organic reach that we're currently seeing is not going to last for forever. And the only 2 things holding you back from getting the followers that you deserve right now on TikTok and the followers that you want is 1, you haven't implemented the steps that I share with you in this video to help you get more followers, and 2, you haven't gotten into my TikTok mentorship program yet, where I literally am going to guarantee that I help you get more followers in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. And the way that this works is I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you get more followers in the next 30 days. If that sounds interesting,
interested, then please go to the link in the description below and get signed up right now. The average person that's gone through this program has gained over 50,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 6,500 followers if they implemented everything that I share with them. And since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're above average. So the odds of you gaining over 50,000 followers is probably quite high. And it doesn't matter what your background is or what your niche is. This program is going to help you get more results faster and easier. If you're struggling right now to grow on TikTok, you need to get into this because every single day that you wait, it's only going to get harder to grow. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. You literally have absolutely nothing to lose. You're going to get more followers on TikTok, or you're going to get your money back. In fact, this creator just went through this program and gained over 10 million followers. This creator over 14 million, and this creator over 16 million. And I want you to be my next success story. So please stop procrastinating, invest in yourself now, and get the TikTok followers that ultimately you deserve. Or I strongly suggest you check out the next two videos I put up on the screen because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching. TikTok just changed it. 3 new best times to post and the best days to be posting on TikTok. And if you're not taking advantage of this, you're probably already seeing a decrease in the amount of reach that you're getting. But don't worry, all you have to do is adjust to these 3 new best times to post. By the way, the last one is by far the most important and makes the most small accounts on TikTok go viral. In fact, it helped this account gain over 60,000 followers and this account over 80,000 followers. And now both of them make a full-time living simply by uploading on TikTok. And I want the same exact thing for you, which is why I'm making this video. The first time you need to make sure that you're posting at is going to be from 10 a.m. to noon. Now remember, this is for your specific location. If you are located in the UK, it's going to be UK time. If you're located on the East Coast of the United States, it's going to be East Coast time because TikTok is a geo-focused app. What do I mean by this? When you upload something to TikTok, the first people that are going to see it are going to be the people around you, which is why you need to be paying attention to the best times to post for your specific location. The only time that this is not going to be true is if you post about a specific location. For example, I'm in Florida right now. But if I uploaded about a restaurant in Beverly Hills, guess who's going to see that content? So long as I geotag Beverly Hills, it's going to be people in Beverly Hills or people in California, in which case I should adjust the time that I'm posting to be specific to them. On top of that though, you need to make sure that there are a few other things that you are not doing when it comes to the best time to post on TikTok. But first, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to go click on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In addition to that, I just created a free TikTok growth course. You can get it at the pinned comment below. It's going to share with you things like the best hashtags to use on TikTok, how the algorithm actually works, and how you can make more money from TikTok. So the other things that you need to make sure that you're not doing on TikTok is you need to make sure that you are waiting at least 1 hour in between posts on TikTok. You are not posting more than 3 times a day on TikTok. And if you have a video on TikTok that is going viral, please make sure you take time off from posting. One of the biggest mistakes I see creators make right now is they'll post something, it'll get 100,000 views really quickly, or 10,000 views, 50,000 views really quickly, and then they post again. Guess what just happened? You just stopped the TikTok algorithm from pushing that post out and boom, you killed your momentum on TikTok. So please do not make that mistake. Instead, you should be waiting at least 24 to 48 hours and the next post that you do ideally should be in the same format, should be the same length, and should be on the same topic because that's gonna allow TikTok to double down on the good thing that you fed the TikTok algorithm, and then boom, you're gonna increase your reach on TikTok because you gaining 10,000, 20,000, even 50,000 followers on TikTok, more likely than not, is going to come from 1 or 2 really viral posts, not from you posting every day and gaining 10 followers every day. Which brings me to the second best time to be posting on TikTok, which is going to be from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Now, I need to make sure that you understand something. You also need to make sure that whenever you post on TikTok, that you are actually posting about something people want to engage with at that time. For example, if I was going to be uploading a recipe about the best breakfast, guess what? I wouldn't post it at night. Why? Because people aren't thinking about breakfast at night. Instead, they're thinking about something else, like dessert or like dinner. So please make sure that you're not making that mistake. Or if you post something super motivational, guess when people more likely than not don't want to see that at night. They're gonna wanna see something like that early in the morning. If you post something depressing, people are probably gonna wanna see something like that at night. So please, make sure you take these things into considerations because it's going to drastically affect how many people actually end up watching the content that you upload. Now, before I get to the last and most important time for you to be posting on TikTok that helps the most small TikTok accounts go viral, I need to make sure that you understand 2 things. One of them is gonna be how you could spy on your competitors on TikTok for free. And then secondly, what kind of content you should actually be posting if
you want to grow the fastest right now. Because you could post at the right time, you can do everything right that I share with you in this video, but if you mess up these two things, it could destroy your reach. Okay, so when it comes to spying on your competitors, you need to be using CountTick.com. What I'm gonna do right now is I am going to pull up a random TikTok account, and we're gonna be able to see what they do right in some of their posts. So I'm gonna bring up this creator right here, who, by the way, is in my mentorship program, and look at this. Her latest post got 50,000 views. She literally just signed up, so this has almost helped her immediately. She went from getting 1,000 views, 1,000 views, 1,000 views to getting 49,000 views on this post just 5 hours ago. Nevertheless, though, we should see what time she's posting and other things she's doing right. So I'm going to take her username right now. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to TikTok Tools. I'm going to go to Analytics and type in enter username. I'm going to click on this. And now what I am going to do is I'm going to scroll down a little bit and try to see what time she posted. So she posted this video, if we scroll down, at 4:52 a.m. Now that's for my local time, but she doesn't live in the US, which is why she posted so early. If I scroll down, I'll see that her post that didn't do as well was posted at 4 p.m. Her other post that didn't do that well, 3 a.m. Her other post that didn't do that well, 3 a.m. So it could have just been this whole time that she wasn't actually posting at the ideal time, because she posted this piece of content a little bit later than she had recently been posting. And guess what? It skyrocketed the engagement that she was getting. And the same exact thing could happen to you. And what you should be doing is looking at your different competitors with this tool, and you'll be able to see how many views they get on average, how many hashtags they're using, the type of hashtags they're using, and you're also going to be able to see what length their video is and what time they posted and what days they posted on. So you'll be able to take that, build out a spreadsheet of, oh, this is when I should be posting, or this is what hashtags I should be using. And you'll be able to spy on your competitors to actually be able to reach the right audience. But on top of that, you also need to make sure that you are uploading content in the right format, in the right length, on the right topic, so that TikTok actually knows that they should be pushing out your piece of content. Because if you mess this up, this is going to mess up everything for you on TikTok. And I made it really easy visual to make sure that you understand this. So let's say that you found a viral video. The topic is going to be elephants. The length is going to be 17 seconds. And the format was green screen video, 3 clip changes every 3 seconds. Well, what that equated to was 10 million views in 24 hours. And here are the specifics. The topic was 3 elephant facts. The length, 17 seconds. The format, green screen. Guess what? If you stuck with that, you might be able to get this many views. But if you change just one thing, the only thing that you changed was you changed the length from 17 seconds to 12 seconds, that's going to be wrong. You're only going to get 300 views in an hour. Or let's say that you made it 6 elephant facts, still in 17 seconds, still with a green screen. Wrong. You're only going to get 300 views. Let's say you changed the format of the piece of content from green screen to talking head. Well, guess what? Then it's going to be wrong. And no, I'm not telling you to simply just copy what already exists on TikTok. What I am telling you, though, is you need to build off of what already exists on TikTok. And ideally, you should only be creating content in a length that worked for somebody else in your niche in the last 24 hours, in a format that worked for somebody else in your niche in the last 24 hours, and on a topic that worked for somebody else or yourself on your niche in the last 24 hours, because that is how TikTok actually works. If you don't believe me, go interact with something on TikTok. What are you going to see? You're going to keep seeing more of that thing, more of that topic, more of that format, more of that length, because that is how the TikTok algorithm works. And if you ignore that, it's going to destroy your reach. Which brings me to the last and most important time that you need to be posting on TikTok right now, which is going to be from 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. This is the time that makes the most small TikTok accounts go viral. Now, if you want to grow faster on TikTok, you want to get more views, and you want to be able to get monetized on TikTok, I personally want to help you. In fact, I want to tell you exactly what to post, what hashtags to use, what time you should be posting. I want to critique your content, and I want to work with you one-on-one to make your dreams come true. If that sounds interesting, well, please keep watching this video, because I've got a special offer for you. The opportunity to grow on TikTok and this organic reach that we're currently seeing is not going to last for forever. And the only 2 things holding you back from getting the followers that you deserve right now on TikTok and the followers that you want is 1, you haven't implemented the steps that I share with you in this video to help you get more followers. And 2, you haven't gotten into my TikTok mentorship program yet, where I literally am going to guarantee that I help you get more followers in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. And the way that this works is I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you get more followers in the next 30 days. If that sounds interesting,
interested, then please go to the link in the description below and get signed up right now. The average person that's gone through this program has gained over 50,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 6,500 followers if they implemented everything that I share with them. And since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're above average. So the odds of you gaining over 50,000 followers is probably quite high. And it doesn't matter what your background is or what your niche is. This program is going to help you get more results faster and easier. If you're struggling right now to grow on TikTok, you need to get into this because every single day that you wait, it's only going to get harder to grow. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. You literally have absolutely nothing to lose. You're going to get more followers on TikTok, or you're going to get your money back. In fact, this creator just went through this program and gained over 10 million followers. This creator over 14 million, and this creator over 16 million. And I want you to be my next success story. So please stop procrastinating, invest in yourself now, and get the TikTok followers that ultimately you deserve. Or I strongly suggest you check out the next two videos I put up on the screen because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching. TikTok just changed the best hashtag strategies for 2025, and if you don't make these changes, it's going to lead to a decrease in the amount of reach that you're getting, because not only has TikTok changed the hashtags you need to be used, they also change the hashtags you shouldn't be using and the maximum number of hashtags you should use if you want to go viral on TikTok in 2025. In fact, this creator right here just implemented these changes and gained over 120,000 followers, and this creator did the same thing, gained over 140,000 followers. Now both of them are able to make money simply by posting on TikTok. Strategy number one is going to be 12 hashtags. Now remember, you should never use more than 12 hashtags on TikTok because that is the maximum number of hashtags. And if you are going to use 12 hashtags, 75% of them need to be post specific, and then 25% of them need to be broad. Here's what I mean by that. Broad hashtags are things like hashtag FYP, hashtag trending, hashtag viral, and then post specific hashtags are going to be the hashtags that show up when you type in whatever the topic of the video is. Now there are a few different rules that you need to follow when it comes to this. First and foremost, you should never use irrelevant hashtags. If you use irrelevant hashtags, they're going to decrease your reach. Broad hashtags aren't irrelevant simply because they apply to basically everybody on TikTok. Hashtag trending, hashtag viral, hashtag FYP. People have interacted with those videos from all types of niches. So all that's going to do is expand the amount of people that are actually interested in your content. For example, let's say I was uploading a video about Starbucks coffee. Not everybody has interacted with content about coffee or about Starbucks, so me putting those broad hashtags can actually increase the reach, even though not that many people have interacted with it, but more people might be interested in it. Now in addition to that, you need to make sure that you choose the largest post-specific hashtags that are possible for you to be able to choose. For example, let's say that I was trying to find hashtags for affiliate marketing. What I would do is I would come into each of these hashtags and see how big they are. Like affiliate marketing for beginners has 2.1 million posts. That's pretty big for this specific niche. Now, if I come into something like how to start affiliate marketing, this only has 37,000 posts. So what does that tell you? That this hashtag is going to be way more important at TikTok than this hashtag, because this hashtag has way more posts under it. So TikTok knows, wow, a lot of people are interested in this, because they take the cumulative amount of views that have been gotten on this hashtag in the last few days, and that's the potential audience that could be shown your content. A lot of creators make the mistake of only using small hashtags, but they're actually shooting themselves in the foot. Yes, you might rank higher on the hashtag, but it's not going to signal to TikTok that a lot of people are interested in whatever the content is that you're making. The second hashtag strategy you need to be using is going to be 3 to 4 hashtags. Now, if you use this strategy, every single one of them needs to be post specific. They need to be the largest hashtags that are relevant to what you're posting about, and you need to make sure that they are hyper specific to whatever you're posting about. Meaning, if you're posting about a bicep workout, don't use hashtag fitness. That would actually be a broad hashtag in that context. You want to use hashtags more related to biceps. Now, before I get into the other two strategies, by the way, the last one is the most important. If you want to go viral on TikTok with a small account, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to go quicker on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In addition to that, I just created a free TikTok growth course. You could get it in the pinned comment below. It's going to share with you things like how to get your first 10,000 followers, how to get more views, and ultimately how to be able to make money on TikTok. So what are you waiting for? Go to the pinned comment below, get into it right now. It's literally 100% free. Now, before we get into the next two hashtag strategies, I wanted to show you CountTick.com. Now, I have no affiliation with this website and it is 100% free.
but it's pretty cool because if we come under TikTok tools, come into analytics and profile viewer, if we then type in somebody's profile name, for example, I'm going to take this creator that I helped gain over 120,000 followers. We're going to put his name in here. We're going to click on this. And what this is going to spit back are a few things. If we scroll down, we're going to be able to see his most used hashtags and the most common hashtags that he uses. Now, what are you going to be able to do with this information? Ideally, you should find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different competitors within your niche. Go use this tool on those competitors, and then you'll have a list of their most used hashtags and what hashtags they typically use. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all of their different posts, how many views they got, the time that the post was posted, and what hashtags were used, and also what music was used on the post. Now, another thing that is incredibly cool about this is if you come over to TikTok, let's say you don't know who your competitors are, you're literally just going to come over to TikTok. Let's say that you were going to be posting content about restaurants in Miami. You would type in best restaurants in Miami, and now TikTok is actually going to show you all the trending posts of the best restaurants in Miami. So you'll be able to go through here and you're going to be able to click on at least, for example, Dish Miami, and find one of your competitors. They're not actually that big, so maybe you want to come over here, look at Jeremy Jacobson. Again, he does food related content. So you will be able to go through and do this, figure out the biggest people within your niche, come over to CountTick and see exactly what hashtags you're using, what time they're posting, what sounds they're using, so you can implement that into your content. And again, this website's literally 100% free. You don't even have to log in for it, and I have no affiliation with them, just a great product.
Now, the third hashtag strategy you need to be using are going to be 1 to 2 hashtags. If you do this, I would have one of those hashtags be broad. I would have the second hashtag be post specific. In fact, this hashtag strategy, I would say, is the second best hashtag strategy. The one I'm going to share with you in just a little bit makes the most small accounts go viral, but this one's incredibly powerful because it doesn't mean that you are going to over lean on hashtags. I see so many creators do this. They rely so much on hashtags, but I want you to understand something about them. 1, hashtags are not going to make a bad post go viral. 2, hashtags will make a good post even better, and they'll make a viral post go even more viral, because you need to understand how TikTok actually looks at hashtags. TikTok looks at hashtags in order to try to determine who could be shown the content. So not having hashtags can only hold your content back. Adding them isn't going to hurt them so long as you're using relevant hashtags, and a bad post won't do well simply because of the hashtags. In addition to just using the right hashtags in your post, you need to make sure you have the correct length on your post, a good description in your post, a good hook in your post. Your post needs to be on a good topic, and you need to make sure that you're getting enough watch time to actually keep people on TikTok, because that is what the TikTok algorithm is actually optimizing for. They're not just looking at the time that you post, they're not just looking at the hashtags that you use, they're looking at all those things to try to determine, 1, is this piece of content that somebody created about something that we have an audience for, and 2, did they keep people on TikTok for a longer period of time than other videos on this topic? And that is really what's going to determine how successful you are on TikTok, so please don't ignore that.
And again, to really highlight how easy that is, with the latest TikTok update, you need to make sure that you're doing something like this. Let's say that I was going to upload a piece of content today. I could do a few different things in order to try to figure out what I should post about. I might come under Explore right here. I might try to find my niche and then find a viral video under here. Or if I already have a few different topics to choose from, I can type them in here. For example, I might type in something like ChatGPT because there was an outage yesterday, and what I'll be able to see are all these different videos. Now, what we see here is that this is a trending topic. This video from 16 hours ago got about 2,500 views. This video from 5 days ago got over 60,000 views. This video from 3 days ago got over 130,000 views. And this video from just 17 hours ago got over 30,000 views. Now, if I was going to change this and do something like Gemini, which is another AI tool, we might see that it's not doing as well. And that's exactly what's showing up here. In fact, if we type in Gemini, it's all astrology content, so we wouldn't want to do that. You need to be doing this every single time that you go to post, because if you do a search like this and all you see is content not related to what you were going to be talking about, or you just see a bunch of posts that are really old, that's a sign that the content won't do well, and a sign that you should never even waste your time creating that piece of content, because odds are it won't do well on TikTok.
This brings me to the last and most important hashtag strategy you need to make sure that you're using right now, which is going to be 5 to 6 hashtags. If you're going to use this strategy, 2 of those hashtags should be broad, the rest of them should be post specific. And remember, this hashtag strategy makes the most small accounts on TikTok
go viral. Now, in addition to that, I need to make sure that you understand something. If you want to be able to make money from TikTok in 2025, you need more followers and you need to be getting more views. And there are people just like you making money simply for posting on TikTok, and a lot of them don't even show their face. Like this creator that I helped gain over 140,000 followers, and this creator I helped gain over 120,000 followers. And I want to work with you one-on-one to help you grow quicker on TikTok also. In fact, I want to guarantee I can help you grow quicker on TikTok by telling you exactly when to post, what hashtags to use, what content to post, working with you one-on-one, critiquing your content to guarantee that you grow. If that sounds interesting and you want 2025 to be the year that you finally take TikTok seriously and go from guessing to actually growing, well, please keep watching this video because I've got a special offer for you. The opportunity to grow on TikTok and this organic reach that we're currently seeing is not going to last for forever. And the only two things holding you back from getting the followers that you deserve right now on TikTok and the followers that you want is one, you haven't implemented the steps that I share with you in this video to help you get more followers. And two, you haven't gotten into my TikTok mentorship program yet, where I literally am going to guarantee that I help you get more followers in the next 30 days, or you get your money back, 0 questions asked. And the way that this works is I'm going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you get more followers in the next 30 days. If that sounds interesting, then please go to the link in the description below and get signed up right now. The average person that's gone through this program has gained over 50,000 followers, and nobody has ever gone through it and gained less than 6,500 followers if they implemented everything that I share with them. And since you're still watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're above average. So the odds of you gaining over 50,000 followers is probably quite high. And it doesn't matter what your background is or what your niche is. This program is going to help you get more results faster and easier. If you're struggling right now to grow on TikTok, you need to get into this because every single day that you wait, it's only going to get harder to grow. So what are you waiting for? Go to the link in the description below and sign up right now. You literally have absolutely nothing to lose. You're going to get more followers on TikTok, or you're going to get your money back. In fact, this creator just went through this program and gained over 10 million followers. This creator over 14 million, and this creator over 16 million. And I want you to be my next success story. So please stop procrastinating, invest in yourself now, and get the TikTok followers that ultimately you deserve. Or I strongly suggest you check out the next 2 videos I put up on the screen because they're the videos YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching. TikTok just released a massive algorithm change, and you might already be seeing a decrease in reach from it, but don't worry because all you have to do is start using new features that they released, change the content you are creating, and follow the 3 golden rules of the TikTok algorithm, and guess what? You're gonna go back to going viral on TikTok or go viral for your first time on TikTok. The same way that I helped this creator go viral on TikTok, even though they don't have that many followers, and I helped this creator do the same exact thing also. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to do it too because you'll know exactly how the algorithm works for 2025. Change number 1 is that TikTok isn't pushing out content broadly anymore. What do I mean by this? They're looking at content for the micro niche that will be interested in it. Now you need to understand something. A micro niche can still be 1 million people, 5 million people, 10 million people, but TikTok doesn't work the way that it used to when you could upload about something that not that many people were interested in and get hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views. Now, how many views you get on TikTok is going to be totally dependent on how many people are interested in that thing today. Here's how you can actually figure this out so that before you post your next post, you can know how many views you're gonna get. So before you post anything on TikTok, from here on out, you need to make sure that you're coming to TikTok and doing a search for the thing that you're going to be posting about. For example, let's say that I was going to post right now and I was going to post about Bitcoin. That would probably do really well if when I do a search for Bitcoin on TikTok, I see a bunch of posts that have done well in the last few days. For example, this video right here, 3 days old, 12,000 views. This video, 5 days old, 60,000 views. This video, 4 days old, almost 300,000 views. So what you'll see here is not a lot of these videos are going viral, mega viral, like 1 million views, 2 million views, 3 million views. So if I was to upload a video on this topic, I would have to make sure that I'm comfortable getting the same amount of views that a lot of the recent videos on here are getting. Not this video that was uploaded a month ago and got almost 1 million views, or this video that was uploaded earlier in the month that got over 8 million views. I most likely won't get that many views because it's going to be based on the videos that have been uploaded in the last 1 to 5 days. Now, let's contrast that with something like drone. So there are a bunch of drones headed across the United States right now, and nobody knows what they are. Now, if we look at this, we'll see 2 days ago, 8.5 million views. 21 hours ago, 1.3 million. 22 hours ago, 1.2, 1 day ago, 7.5 million, 1 day ago, 2.6 million. Now, what does this tell you? That this topic is going super viral. So if you wanted to get a lot of views, you would post about this topic. Now, I'm not saying you should just post about these types of topics. What I am saying though, is you need to make sure that you are doing a search for whatever you are going to post about before you actually go and post it, because this is going to determine how good your content does. And ideally, you should have several different content ideas that you're choosing from. You come in here, do a search, see which one's the best, and then that's the piece of content that you ultimately end up creating.
But that's just the first change. The second change is that TikTok has now increased the engagement window that they actually care about. If you would have watched my algorithm update video from a month or two ago, I would have told you that you need to get 70% audience retention for the first 3 seconds, but that's changed. Now you need to ideally get 70% audience retention for the first 15 to 20 seconds, because TikTok is now looking at the first 15 to 20 seconds to see whether or not people are actually engaged with your content. Now this brings up two things. One, if your content is less than 20 seconds long, you need to be getting over 100% watch time in order for you to get a lot of reach on that video. On top of that, what this means is you need to start to increase the length of the content you create on TikTok. Because if you create a 25-second video, it's really hard to get almost everybody to watch that entire video unless it's a really good video. But if you extend that out to be like 60 seconds, 80 seconds, 90 seconds, it's actually really easy to get people to watch the first 15 to 20 seconds. All you're gonna be doing is treating every 3 to 5 seconds like it needs to be a new clip and it needs to have a rehook, but on top of that, you need to be putting an engagement trick in the beginning of your content to trick people into watching the entire video. Here are a few examples.
So if we look at this small creator right here who has less than 70,000 followers, if we scroll down, we'll see this video get almost 200,000 views. Now, the reason that this video did so well is because if we watch this video for a little bit, he's scanning over a bunch of credit cards and he's telling you this is the correct order in which to get credit cards. Now, what that just did is told you that there are going to be several different steps here. So now he goes through that entire video, and guess what? There's a reason for somebody to watch the entire video because of what he showed in the beginning of the video, and you need to be building your content with this in mind. Now, when it comes to shorter content, if you wanted to do this, you could do what this creator does in this video right here. So if we look at this video, it's only 10 seconds long. What is clearly going on is he's putting rubber bands on here until this thing explodes right here. But what you're going to notice is that it never explodes. Instead, what happens is when we get to the end of the video, this video just loops and you can't tell that the video started over. So what happens here is he gets over 100% watch time, maybe 200%, 300%, because people are looping this video over and over again before they realize that the soda is never going to explode. And that's how you would do this with short form content. Now, I know those two examples probably aren't in your niche, but you need to be studying content in your niche that goes viral, because you're going to be able to find a bunch of different tricks like these, or you find different content on TikTok that has tricks like these and then implement it into your niche.
But those are just the first two changes. There are still 3 other things that you need to be doing. For example, using TikTok's new AI captions feature to make sure that TikTok knows the ideal audience to share your content to. But before I get into that, I need you to smash that subscribe button if you want to start making a full-time living from TikTok. I upload videos all the time about how to grow on TikTok and how to make a living from TikTok, and you're not going to want to miss them. Change number 3 is TikTok has changed what type of engagement they actually care about on your posts to really just be 2 things. 1, they're trying to really push out content that gets shared like crazy on TikTok. And 2, they're trying to push out content that has sales or conversions coming from it. Whether it's a live that you're doing or it's a post that you're doing, if you are able to drive revenue for TikTok, guess what? TikTok is going to push out your content more. And if you're struggling with either of those things, I have a free resource for you that's going to help you do both of them. In fact, it's going to outline exactly what you need to do and exactly what you need to change about your current content. Because if you go to the pinned comment below right now, you can download HubSpot's free marketer's guide to TikTok for business that will show you different insights and strategies so that you can maximize the amount of views you get and the amount of revenue that you're making from TikTok. My favorite part about this resource is where it goes really in depth about what kind of content is going to help increase your engagement, but ultimately the amount of shares that you get, because the TikTok algorithm really cares about this so much right now. Now, if you're focused on getting more views on TikTok or being able to make more money from TikTok, I would strongly suggest that you go to the pinned comment below and download the free resource right now. because that's exactly why I partnered with HubSpot in order to bring you such a great resource. So change number 4 is actually going to be something that is going to increase your views by 20% without you having to do anything else. And that is going to be you using TikTok's new AI captions feature. All you have to do when you go to upload a video, click on captions, and what it is going to do is automatically generate captions for you. Now, this is going to do a few things. One, it's going to help signal to TikTok that you're using a new feature and that they should push out your content more, because that's typically what happens. When TikTok starts to push a new feature, the creators that adopt it the earliest get pushed out the most. Secondly, this is going to make it incredibly easy for TikTok to actually know who to show your content to, so long as you're doing 2 other things right. One, you need to make sure that whatever keyword or whatever the video is about, you're saying in the first sentence of your hook so that it shows up within the caption. Secondly, you need to make sure that that thing also shows up in your hashtags, in your description, and as text on the screen, because if you don't have it in those 3 placements, guess what's going to happen? TikTok is going to show your content to the wrong audience. You're not going to get the shares you need. You're not going to get the watch time you need. And ultimately, you're not going to get the views that you want on TikTok because you weren't following how the algorithm actually worked. Now, there are 3 other golden rules that you need to be following when it comes to the TikTok algorithm. But before we get into that, I did have another feature you need to start using. TikTok just revamped exactly how TikTok stories work. So what do you need to do? You need to start posting TikTok stories, because not only now can they show up on your stories feed, they will also show up on the For You page, and they'll show up on your profile page. And the best part about stories is that they're going to disappear. So all this is a way for you to get a lot of views really quickly, or not get penalized if you post something that doesn't get that much reach. So if you aren't already, I would strongly suggest that you start posting at least 1 to 2 times a day on your story about things that are going to be trending or relevant for your ideal audience, because it's going to help increase the amount of views that you're eligible for in the future. And now for the last and most important thing, and that's that you're following the 3 golden rules when it comes to this current TikTok algorithm.
Rule number 1 is that you're only posting about the topic that is eligible to get you the most views. For example, let's say that I was going to be making a video on TikTok and I had 5 different pieces of content I could choose from. Make money online, affiliate marketing, Pinterest affiliate marketing, make money in crypto, make money with stocks. Here's what I would do. I would come in, I would do a search for each one of these things on TikTok, and I would see if they're trending. So this right here is not trending at all. So what am I going to do? I'm actually going to get rid of this. I'm going to mark this off my list. Now we'll come in, we'll type in affiliate marketing, and we're going to see that this is trending a little bit. This video right here got 18,000 views and it's from 12/5. This video right here got 3.2 million views and it's from 1 day ago. So actually this might be an okay topic, but we still need to check the others. Now we're going to type in Pinterest affiliate marketing, and we're actually going to leave affiliate marketing up there because there were some good videos under there. Pinterest affiliate marketing, we're going to see that there are no trending videos as of recent besides this one from 5 days ago that got 16,000 views, or this one from a little bit ago that got 50,000 views, but that's way worse than just affiliate marketing. So I'm going to get rid of it. And then we're going to take make money in crypto. We're going to put this up here. We're going to see that this one has much better videos. 65,000 views 4 hours ago. 5 days ago, 16,000. But then also we see this video right here, 85,000 views in 3 days. So this one is also doing pretty solid. And then finally, we're going to go with make money in stocks. So I'm going to type this in right here. And again, you need to do this every single time that you post. And we'll see that this right here isn't doing well at all. Somebody posted 10 hours ago and got 5 views. Not what I want. Somebody posted 1 week ago and it got 98 views. Again, not what I want. So if I was going to make a video, I would actually throw out 3 of those topics. And instead, I would focus on just these 2 topics.
But just doing that is going to ignore the other 2 golden rules of the TikTok algorithm. The second one is that you need to make sure that your content is going to be the same length. Because here's the deal. If you look at the videos that did really well, let's say one of them that got 3 million views, and we see that it was 70 seconds long, and then you make a video that's 3 minutes long, or that's 2 minutes long, or that's 40 seconds long, guess what? TikTok is not going to make your content eligible to be viewed by the 3 million people that saw that video. Because what TikTok does is shows content to people in the length that they interact with content. People that interact with 15-second videos get shown 15-second videos. People that interact with 60 to 70-second videos get shown 60 to 70-second videos. So you want to make sure that your length is aligned with what that topic is. And then finally, the third golden rule when it comes to the TikTok algorithm is that the best content is going to get shown the most. What do I mean by this? If you know the topic you need to be posting about because you went through and did research, if you know the length that you need to be posting about because you went through and did research, now the final thing that you need to do is actually
actually create a better video than the videos that already exist by making sure that your hook is better and that you're delivering much better content. If you do that, it is going to be easier than you could have ever imagined to go viral on TikTok right now, to get followers on TikTok right now, and to be able to make money on TikTok right now. Now at this point, if you're still struggling, it's because one, you don't know what to post about, or two, you don't know what you're doing wrong within your content, and I personally want to help you with that. In fact, I want to work with you one-on-one to guarantee I can help you grow quicker on TikTok so you can finally get monetized or so you can make more money from TikTok. If that sounds interesting, well, please check out this video right here that explains the 3 different ways that we can work together. I'll see you over there.
When it comes to modeling yourself after success, you guys need to do what I was mentioning in the niche specific part of this, where you find the trends for niche specific trends. You literally need to model yourself after 3 or 4 creators that are the top creators in your niche right now, not who was last month, not who was 3 years ago, not who was a year ago. You don't want to model yourself after people that had past success. You want to model yourself after people that have current success, that are being successful right now. That being said, model yourself after 3 or 4 people, not a single person, because if you do a single person, you're not going to become that person. You want to mix everybody that's doing the right thing in your niche and your own personality, and that is how you model yourself after success. Again, post lengths matter, hooks matter, the type of content that they're creating matters, the hashtags that they're using matters, the descriptions matter, and most importantly, the sound matters. So please, when you're modeling yourself after success, take all of those things into consideration. By far, this is the most important YouTube video that I've ever dropped, and it's the most requested YouTube video I've ever dropped. In this video, I'm going to share with you viral hooks that you can implement into your TikTok content right now to start getting more views and more followers. And for those of you that don't know, the reason that this is so important, because all the TikTok algorithm cares about, now not all the TikTok algorithm cares about, and if you want to know exactly what the TikTok algorithm cares about, you could go watch my 3rd latest video that I dropped on September 30th about the new October algorithm. But that being said, you guys need to make sure that you're paying attention to the amount of watch time that you're getting in your videos. And the most important part when it comes to getting watch time is going to be the hook of your video, because at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't get hooked into your video, they're not going to watch the rest of your video, and that is why you're not getting views on TikTok, you're not getting followers on TikTok, and if you have a lot of followers, it's the reason that you're currently losing followers. And the viral hooks that I'm going to share with you, it doesn't matter what niche you're in. These apply to every single niche. Doesn't matter how big of a creator you are. Doesn't even matter if you make your content in English. None of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is that you guys watch this video all the way through to the end and implement everything that I'm going to share with you, because I'm telling you, if you don't implement all of these hooks, the first one might not work for you. The second one might not work for you. But by the time you get to the 3rd or the 4th, you're going to find the one that works for you, and that is what's going to change your life on TikTok. I helped Devin Rodriguez Art change his life on TikTok. Over 20 million followers. He's signed to an agency. He's a PR all over the place. He sells his art now for tens of thousands of dollars. Helped change his life. Joel Magician, now selling out places to do comedy. Again, got into the mentorship program, gained over 15 million followers, and so many other creators like Carnival got into the mentorship program, millions of followers later, now is able to charge a ton of money to get placements on his TikTok videos. If you guys want to change your life, it all starts with creating the right hook in your TikTok content to make sure that everybody watches your videos. So please make sure you guys implement all these hooks. And I do want to emphasize, once you guys find a hook that works, you need to keep doing it over and over and over again, because at the end of the day, TikTok is based on trends, and once you have some momentum, you need to keep doing it so that you do not lose it. The biggest mistake I see creators make is they have a video get 30, 40, 50,000 views, or even millions of views, and then the next thing that they post, or all of their posts after that, were nothing like that post that went viral. You need to make sure the same sound, the same hook type, the same video length, you need to incentivize engagement the same way. You need to make sure that you're doing all of those things the same way. It is not copying, it is not going to make your followers bored. None of that stuff is going to happen, because if you're doing it correctly, 99% of the people seeing your videos are going to be people that have never seen your video before. Yes, you might get 1 or 2 comments saying, oh, I've seen this before, why do you keep doing the same video? But you need to realize 1 or 2 people out of the million people that are going to see your content, it doesn't matter. And to emphasize this, I want you guys to do an exercise. If you get 100 people in a room, what are the odds that 1, 2, 3, even 5 of them are absolutely batshit crazy out of their mind? The odds are probably really high. So now you need to multiply that and scale that up. When 10,000 people see a video, of course, 100 of those people are going to be nuts, out of their mind, leave a negative comment, might even DM you saying some crazy stuff. Guys, it's totally normal. That's the internet. Where do you think crazy people live? They live on the internet. Okay, so hook number 1 and number 2 both come from Healthy Emmy, who gained over 400,000 followers in my mentorship program. The 2 hooks I want to emphasize here are one that she does, which is foods that you thought were unhealthy that aren't. This is something that you could put in any single niche. If If there are misconceptions in your niche, if there's misinformation in your niche, you guys can use that hook to then explain to people why those things are not unhealthy or why those things are healthy. Another great variation of that would be foods that you think are healthy that actually aren't. Now, you could do this in any single niche. If you're in the mortgage niche, it could be loans that you think are good that actually aren't. You can explain why putting 3% down on a house actually makes you pay way more money than you would have ever, even though it's such a popular loan to get. And you guys, like I said, can use this in any single niche. The second hook that she uses that's amazing is she does something along the lines of, if you want six-pack abs by the end of September or by the end of October, then watch this video. You need to future pace and give your audience what they want, right? If your audience is in the affiliate marketing niche and they want to make more money, well then guess what? You need to future pace them to whatever that's going to be and then explain to them how to get there. This hooks somebody in and makes them want to watch the rest of the video, especially when you future pace them with something that they want. The next hook I want you to use, especially if you're a small creator, is what Rowena World is doing. She literally has gained 8,000 followers in the last 10 days in my mentorship program, doing a great job making videos that are along the lines of, if you're seeing this before October 4th, boom. Once she says that, it hooks you in because yes, you are seeing this before October 4th. So now you're going to watch a video and then again, she future paces you. She tells you that you're going to be the first millionaire in your family, or it could be anything like that. It could be you're going to have six-pack abs. You're going to find the love of your life. Doesn't matter what it is. Use the hook of, if you're seeing this before X date, and then tell them something and get them to follow at the end of the video to then lock that thing in. This is going to get you a ton of views and a ton of followers no matter what niche you're in. Next up, Zach Munoz Fitness does an absolutely amazing job at creating videos, again, highlighting the negative in things. You do not always want to highlight the positive because people will go to a lot longer of a length, especially when it comes to watching a video, to avoid something negative than they will to get something positive. He starts off his fitness videos with something along the lines of, you are never going to have big biceps if you don't watch this video, or you're never going to have big biceps if you don't do these exercises. It has increased his watch time significantly, and it's gotten him a lot more views and a lot more followers since he joined the mentorship program. And I'm so excited that I get to share this with you guys, but Tuvok12 in the mentorship program, he's at 5.8 million followers now. He literally had less than 100,000 followers when he first got into it. He's gained so many followers in just the last 2 months, and his last post is over 30 million views right now. And what he does to hook people in is just a simple editing trick. He puts the most exciting part of the video in the beginning of the video to then hook you in and get you to watch the rest of the video. He does this by doing content which involves strangers, and it gets people to want to shoot a basketball in the middle of Paris, which is absolutely insane, or kick a soccer ball and knock over a water bottle. And he does a few things right. So let's break down one of his videos. First, in the beginning, in the hook, he tells you what the video is going to be, which is him rating stranger shots, and then he edits the video to make sure that the most exciting part comes in the beginning of the video because he knows it's going to hook you in. It's fast paced, it's action paced, there's always people moving. It doesn't just give away exactly what's going to happen right away. Instead, he drags it out a little bit by making it really fast paced and making you wonder what the heck is going on here. Does an absolutely amazing job doing this. And then at the end of the video, he ends it by getting you to click the plus sign to see more content like that, or getting you to click the plus sign if you think that you can do it, which again is putting the viewer in that person's shoes. He's not telling you about himself. He's not telling you, oh, this or that. And that is why he gets tens of millions. He might even get over 100 million views a month because he makes amazing content by putting the viewer first and making sure he's hooking them in by putting the most exciting part of the video in the beginning. Now, before I share with you the rest of the hooks, and I'm telling you guys, we are just getting started, I have some amazing hooks coming up that I really think are going to help you go viral on TikTok no matter what niche you're in or how many followers you have. I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Robert Benjamin. I'm the CEO of helping people grow on TikTok. I make videos about the TikTok algorithm, how to go viral on TikTok, and so many other videos. So please make sure you smash that subscribe button because you are never going to want to miss another episode. I literally quit my job working for Gary Vee to help you grow on TikTok. And in addition to that, I answer every single DM that I get on Instagram and every single text message that I get right here. So if you have a question about anything growing on TikTok, please hit me up. And finally, I have a free TikTok growth course that I just created. It's got a ton of stuff that you will never see in my YouTube content. You can get it at the pinned comment below or at the link in my description. The next hook is making the video topic seem very elusive or like something that they don't want you to know about. The Infopreneur literally gained 125,000 followers in my mentorship program in just 2 weeks. Still got 2 weeks left. He's going to crush it. And the reason his videos are doing great is because he's making videos that are along the lines of websites billionaires don't want you to know about, or websites wealthy people don't want you to know about. The reason that these videos do so good is because it's secrets. It's something a billionaire. You need to make it very exclusive, or hacks or secrets. And that is why those videos get a ton of views, because because it makes somebody think, oh, what do these people know that I don't know? And there are a ton of people out there that want to be healthier, that want to have more money, that want to be more successful. And guess what? They're going to watch those videos if you promise them secrets or hacks that are going to get them to where they're trying to go. Another example of this, because I know so many people are in the niche. If you do dance content and it's not getting traction, you need to do it somewhere weird. Dance in the shower with your clothes on, dance underwater. You need to dance in a different location, and you don't even have to be that good at dancing if you're going to be doing this, because the video is naturally going to act as a hook. People are going to want to watch the entire video, and that means you're going to get more views, you're going to get more followers, and you're going to make yourself stand out. For example, Av Moves literally blew up on TikTok. When he first got in the mentorship program, he had maybe 50,000 followers, and now he has over 10 million followers. The reason that he was able to do this was because he danced with a mask on. You guys need to do something. You need to add something into your content that's totally different from what other people are doing in your niche. Correction, he's got over 13 million followers now. If you guys want results like that, I'm telling you, you need to check out the mentorship program. But now, let's get to the most important hook that you can make on TikTok, and that is adding in people's reactions into your video. People on TikTok want to see other people's reactions. They want to see animal reactions. They want to see any type of reaction, because at the end of the day, we're nosy and we love seeing how people react to certain things. This could be a prank video with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. This could be you using a certain sound on your pet, or it could be stuff like what Devin Rodriguez Art does, where he gets strangers' reactions after he draws them on the subway. And listen, guys, the stuff doesn't have to be real. You can make it up. You can make up a reaction. You can stage a reaction, but make sure it looks real, because people on TikTok will know if it doesn't look real. Even if it does look fake, it'll get a ton of people in the comment section. They'll be arguing. They'll be going back and forth. This is going to skyrocket your watch time, and it's going to cause you to gain way more followers on TikTok. Do not be hesitant to be controversial. It can actually be one of the biggest things that helps you grow on TikTok. I've seen so many creators blow up, gain millions of followers overnight by doing this exact thing. Oh, and I know there's so many music creators that watch us. Another reaction that you can add in is something along the lines of my mom hearing my song on the radio for the first time, or my boyfriend hearing the song that I wrote about him. Get people's reactions to your music, and that is the type of content that really goes crazy on TikTok. And to cap this video off, please remember, if you don't have at least 100 followers for every 1,000 likes that you have on TikTok, you are doing something terribly wrong, and we need to talk. You literally should have 100 followers for every 1,000 likes that you have. If that's not your ratio, you need to talk to me, because I'm telling you, you're leaving a ton of followers on the table right now. And in the future, when TikTok's incredibly monetizable and followers really matter on TikTok, well then guess what? You're missing out on dollars. You're missing out on dollars that you could have, your family could have. You guys need to make sure that you're taking advantage of this golden opportunity on TikTok right now, because there's more reach than we have ever seen on any other social media platform, and you need to make sure you're incentivizing engagement at the end of your videos to guarantee that you grow on TikTok. All that being said, if you want guaranteed growth on TikTok, then you need to get into my mentorship program at the link in the description. To put it simply, I'm literally going to tell you exactly what to post, when to post, what hashtags to use to guarantee that you grow on TikTok in your niche. It doesn't matter what your background is, whether or not you speak English, what country you're in, or even if you think your niche is really hard to grow in, I guarantee that I can help you grow. The lowest amount of followers anybody has ever gotten from the mentorship program was 6,500 followers, and on average, in September, people gained over 70,000 followers in the 30 days during the mentorship program. Now, you heard me. I said on average. What does that mean? That means over 50% of those people literally gained more than 70,000 followers in just a 30-day period. Now, since you're still watching this video, I'm gonna guess that you think you're above average, right? You probably are. So you'll gain more followers than that if you get into the mentorship program. So please, you guys need to invest in yourself. You need to stop being a cynic. If you thought that TikTok was going away, TikTok is not going anywhere. It's been 2 years since all that stuff happened, and you're still not taking TikTok seriously. So now's the time to get over that. Invest in TikTok, invest in your future self, get the followers you want, get the views that you want, and get into my mentorship program. If you're not interested in that, watch the 2 videos I'm gonna put up on the screen, because they're the videos that YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you so much for watching. You guys need to be posting 3 to 6 times a day. The reason being really 2 things. 1, it gives you way more of a chance to go viral. Secondly, it allows you to relate to so many more people. If I only put out 1 piece of content a day, well then guess what? That piece of content, I'll probably relate to like 10% of the people that watch that. So 10% of the people that saw my content will want to see more. But what if I post 3 to 6 times? I'm 1, gonna get way more views, 2, way more at bats to get to go viral. And then also it's gonna allow me to relate to 30 to 60% of the people that would have saw that, as opposed to only relating to 10%. This is how you build a much more engaged fan base and provide people with more value. And that value doesn't have to come in the form of information. It could come in the form of entertainment. It could come in the form of so many different things. And I'm super sorry about my alarm going off right there if my editor can't edit that out. Nothing like keeping your course authentic, am I right? When it comes to collaborating on TikTok, I strongly suggest that you guys do this. You should do it with creators below you and creators above you. In addition to that, the easiest way to collaborate with people is to green screen their content, stitch their content, duet their content. It doesn't require you meeting up with them in person and doing all of that jazz. But yes, the more people you can collaborate with, the more you're going to grow on TikTok. When it comes to delayed explosions, they're not happening as much on TikTok as they used to, but this can happen. I've literally had it happen on my own account where I gained 50,000 followers in a single day from a video that I posted a month ago. This is why you don't want to delete posts. This is why you don't want to private post. I'm going to get way more into that later on in this course, but for right now, just know that it can happen. A video can explode 2 days later after you posted it, a week after you posted it, even a month after you posted it, and this is an incredible thing when it happens. The reason that it happens is because you posted a really good video about a topic, about a piece of content, but TikTok didn't have the audience to push it out to at that time, but then they do have the audience later on, so your video then gets sucked into it and you get a ton of views. Like I mentioned earlier in the course, one of the best things that you can do when you have an idea that works, when you have a piece of content that works, do part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. You guys need to keep creating that success over and over and over again, and the easiest way to do this is to create different parts to the videos that you did. For example, if you made a video that was top 3 jobs in nursing, then make top 3 jobs in being a doctor, top 3 jobs in being a marketer, top 3 jobs in being whatever. You guys need to expand on whatever it was and make part 1, part 2, part 3, honestly, all the way up to part that it doesn't stop working. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when they're doing the part 1, part 2, part 3 is they make the videos totally different. You need to make them almost the same, just make it a different part. This means the same length, same sound, same hook used, etc., etc. When it comes to the best features to be using on TikTok, you guys need to use 2 different features. First, the newest features on TikTok. Secondly, whatever is trending on TikTok. So when you scroll the For You page, whatever features you see over and over again, those are the features you should be using. At the time of me recording this, it's going to be stitching, green screen videos, and green screen just photos. That being said, this is going to change. So make sure you scroll your For You page, scroll your niche, see what features are being used, and those are going to be the best features for you to be using on TikTok. This is where everybody fucks up. You're so focused on trying to hit 100,000 followers that you don't realize that that's not how you get that. You know how you hit 100,000 followers? By focusing on making better content, gaining a small amount of followers every single day, and just consistently getting better. And then what's gonna happen is randomly one day, and it's not gonna be when you want it to happen, it's gonna be when it's ready to happen, you're gonna go viral and gain more followers than you could ever imagine. That is exactly what I did, and that is exactly what is going to happen to you. Trust me, I have helped hundreds and thousands of people do this, and it's exactly how it happens for everybody. If your content just isn't up to par, then it's not gonna happen. And the other thing too is you need to focus on gaining however many followers a day, be it 20, 50, 100, so that you can continue to get happy from that. Because trust me, I gained 1,400 followers today. I'm sure a lot of you guys would be happy with that, but you know what? It doesn't make a difference to me. And the same exact thing is gonna happen to you guys. So make sure you celebrate the small wins. Very simply, never delete your TikTok posts. It puts you in a bad stance with the algorithm. The other thing that you guys really need to avoid is breaking the community guidelines or getting copyrighted. If you do any of those 3 things, TikTok is going to temporarily shadow ban your account for 7 to 14 days. The only way to get rid of that is to continue to post really good content and just wait it out. And since I know a ton of you guys are gonna ask this question, no, privating your videos is not the same as deleting it. It won't put you in a bad stance with TikTok, but still guys, you need to keep those bad videos up because you need to use them as a reminder to make your content better. And trust me, nobody cares that you had a post that flopped. I've posted flop every single day. At least 1 post every single day flops out of my 6 posts. If you don't screw up, then you're never gonna get better. And I strongly suggest that every single one of you guys go and read the community guidelines for TikTok so that you make sure that you don't break any of their rules, because there are some things in there that are pretty silly and pretty easy to look over, and then you guys are gonna wonder why your account got banned. Very simply, never delete your TikTok posts. It puts you in a bad stance with the algorithm. The other thing that you guys really need to avoid is breaking the community guidelines or getting copyrighted. If you do any of those 3 things, TikTok is going to temporarily shadow ban your account for 7 to 14 days. The only way to get rid of that is to continue to post really good content and just wait it out. And since I know a ton of you guys are gonna ask this question, no, privating your videos is not the same as deleting it. It won't put you in a bad stance with TikTok, but still guys, you need to keep those bad videos those up because you need to use them as a reminder to make your content better. And trust me, nobody cares that you had a post that flopped. I've posted flop every single day. At least one post every single day flops out of my 6 posts. If you don't screw up, then you're never gonna get better. And I strongly suggest that every single one of you guys go and read the community guidelines for TikTok so that you make sure that you don't break any of their rules, because there are some things in there that are pretty silly and pretty easy to look over, and then you guys are gonna wonder why your account got banned. Which brings me to my next point. Everybody always wants to create a new account. Oh, I heard that your first 5 posts really matter for how your account does. That's a bunch of baloney. My first 100 posts were absolutely horrible. Your first 5 posts have absolutely nothing to do with your account, and stop creating new accounts. You guys don't need to create a new account every time you get shadow banned. Truth be told, you're not actually shadow banned unless you did one of those things in my video before, and if that was the case, then you just need to continue posting quality content for 7 to 14 days, and that'll go away, or you're not shadow banned. It's just that your content isn't that good. When it comes to fake engagement, just do not do it. This means using Talk Upgrade, using any other type of thing, using Fiverr, any of those things. Do not do it. It is always scam. All of this stuff will get you shadow banned. TikTok knows exactly what you're doing. TikTok knows if you're on a different account liking your stuff, or TikTok knows if you're buying a bunch of fake engagement. I would strongly suggest you do not do this because TikTok will shadow ban you. They will ban you. The other thing that you should not do is do not like your own posts. A ton of really big creators have recently found out, and if you listen to my podcast or watch my YouTube channel, you already heard this, but they found out that liking your own posts actually hurts your account really badly. I would strongly suggest you guys do not like your own post. Doesn't mean that you cannot comment on your own post. I would suggest that you comment on your own post. Be the first comment and re-emphasize what you want people to do. It's a great way to get people to take action. So one of the #1 questions I get asked is, Rob, how can I ask for engagement? I feel needy just telling people to follow. I strongly suggest that you get people to click the plus sign, i.e. click the plus sign if, and then something relatable or something they would agree with or something that is relevant to that post. Another thing that you could do is have them click plus kind of in the beginning or the middle of the video so that it unlocks the next part of the video. Another thing, and this one is honestly my favorite, is by making it give them a piece of feedback. For example, top 3 rappers dead or alive. Click plus if it's Jay-Z, double tap if it's Tupac, comment below if it's Drake. When you do something like that, you're one, hooking the user in, right? You're getting them to say, oh, this guy, you know, he's got an opinion about hip hop artists. I have an opinion too. Let's see if I think he's right. And then you're incentivizing them to engage as a result of the post. Obviously, whatever you think the top answer is going to be, make that the plus sign. When people click the plus sign, it makes them follow you if they're not already following you. I get this question a lot. How often should you repost? I would wait 24, 48, 72, however long you feel comfortable before reposting something. I would only repost something like 3 or 4 times though. That being said, you do not have to wait until that original video is done trending to repost something. No, it's not gonna hurt if you just repost a bit early. That being said, I would strongly advise you not to repost the same thing twice in one day. So I get this question a lot. When should I post more? You need to post more once you start to gain some traction or once your conversion rate is high. Your conversion rate is gonna be the number of followers you have divided by the amount of likes that you have. That's gonna give you a percentage number. Not really a percentage, but if you multiply it by 100, that'll be a percentage number. If that number is higher than 15%, you need to post as much as possible. I recommend that everybody starts off posting 5 to 6 times a day. Once you start to see a spike in followers, you need to up that to 6 to 8 times a day. Once you continue to see a spike, 8 to 10 times a day. And once you grow like crazy, you need to be posting more than 10 times a day. The easiest way to do this is to do 2 of them, respond in the comments, 2 of them duets, 2 of them repost, and then you only have to really make 4 pieces of content. Alright, so I'm sure this is going to apply to a lot of you guys. How do you get your first 1,000 followers? How long should it take? Personally, it took me about a month to get my first 1,000 followers. Now I can do it really quickly. For those of you that follow my YouTube channel, I took an account from 1 to 10K, totally brand new account, totally brand new content in less than 7 days. The way that I did this was by doing what I just told you guys. Following the trends, incentivizing engagement, adding a hook, and if you're under 5,000 followers, you need to follow every single person that likes and comments on your stuff. If you get follow banned, that is fine. It doesn't mean you need to go like all their stuff or DM them or comment them. You don't need to do any of that. Just follow everybody that likes and comments on your stuff. What that's gonna do is it's gonna build up your initial base of followers, and those people are gonna continually engage with you because they're gonna be like, oh wow, Karen or Timmy or whatever your name is, they're gonna be like, they engaged with me after they saw that I engaged with them. I'm gonna keep engaging with them. But nevertheless, that is incredibly important. Honestly, guys, I don't think there's any excuse if you follow all the directions in this video that you don't reach 1,000 followers in 7 to 10 days after completing this course. Thank you guys so much for completing this course. I hope you guys learned a ton from this. I really want to hear your feedback on it. Make sure you DM me on Instagram, make sure you email me, make sure you comment on my YouTube videos. Also guys, I strongly suggest after going through this, if you want to work with me further, if you want to get my one-on-one advice, the best way for you to be able to do that is going to move into the Accelerator program. Since you already purchased this course, I'm willing to give you a discount on that. All you have to do is email me. I'll send over the discount code. Basically, the way that it works is this course is just an education. The Accelerator program is an education plus development. I'm going to work with you for 7 days one-on-one. I'm going to keep emailing you stuff. I'm going to email you a personalized plan based on your account. You're already going to have all this education that you just went through. And what we're going to do is really help you grow over a 7-day period. And if you don't grow during that period, I'm going to give you your money back. But if you guys aren't interested in that at all, like I said in the beginning of this course, with this course, my podcast, if you text me and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you guys are going to have all the information you could ever imagine and ever want to grow on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for going through this course, and I cannot wait to hear your feedback.